Have you heard of the term opposites attract? You probably have. I think that the basis of that saying might be astrological. Here's why. So, we've talked about the ascendant and how important it is to your birth chart, important to you. Your ascendant is your personality, it's your public persona. It is what people see when they first see you. It's what you tell people that you are. Like, I'm nurturing, I'm this, I love to travel, I am big on spirituality, I love to talk, I love to socialize. It makes up your personality quirks, and it is the first house of your birth chart. Across from the first house is your seventh house, and that is called the descendant. The descendant is how you see other people. It's also the house of marriage. It's the house of your romantic life, whereas the fifth house is more of your casual relationships, your love life, your dating, your boyfriend, like more of that. Your seventh house is marriage and long-term relationships, long-term partnerships. The descendant is your shadow side. It is all the qualities that you don't think that you have. I've also found, just doing my own observations, that the descendant is oftentimes like what the characteristics that we portray once people get to know us. Maybe you're shy and reserved, but once people get to know you, you're actually really outgoing and you don't stop talking and blabbing. I'm talking about myself. So it's all the qualities that you see other people have, but you don't think that you have, but secretly you do have, because it's your shadow side. And we're always looking for this in our partners. We're always looking for this in our romantic relationships. You might find that you're attracted to people where you are one way and they're a different way, but when you come together, it's honestly a whole coin. It's like different sides of a coin. The descendant is also always the opposite sign of your ascendant. Whatever sign is in your ascendant, the opposite of that is always going to be your descendant. It's also, you can say it's also 6 signs away from your ascendant. So I'm going to go ahead and give you your descendant based on your ascendant. Say you're let me start with Aries. Say you're an Aries rising. Your descendant is going to be Libra. Libra is the opposite of Aries. If you are a Taurus rising, you have a Scorpio ascendant. Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus. If you are a Pisces ascendant, you have a Virgo descendant. Virgo is the opposite of Pisces. And when you're looking at these signs, you might feel like Virgo and Pisces are so different. Like Virgo is like perfectionist and it's like put together, very rational, very logical. And Pisces is just kind of all over the place a little bit. They're just like, they can look like, Pisces sometimes can look a little bit like a mess, but they're an organized mess to themselves. They are probably actually a lot more logical than you think on the inside, and they are, secretly pretty hard on themselves, and they are of service. Much like Virgo is like the sign of service, Pisces might not seem that way, but it also is very big on service. If you're Aquarius rising, then you have a Leo descendant. Leo is the opposite of Aquarius. If you are a Gemini rising, then you have a Sagittarius descendant, and vice versa. So Sagittarius rising would have a Gemini descendant. If you have a Cancer rising, then you have a Capricorn descendant, and vice versa. Capricorn ascendant, Capricorn rising has a Cancer descendant. For example, for me having a Sagittarius ascendant, I look for people, like when I get married, I want a partner who is very fun-loving, very much like a kid at heart, and very young at heart, very social, pretty social, outgoing, friendly, loves to learn. They're very much intellectually stimulating. That is very important to me in a partner, especially a long-term partner. Past, I have gone for types of people who were more like authoritative, when I was still working through my daddy issues. people who are more like authoritative and like a little bit controlling and a little bit more serious. And I've always found that it just somewhere or another, it didn't end up working out because I'm a goofball 1000% of the time. So I need someone who's going to match that, you know? I hope I gave you guys some clarity on who you're going to marry and what your marriage is going to be like, you know? Like what kind of marriage that you actually, what's the kind of marriage that you actually want and need for yourself. Another thing, for example, with Gemini descendants, Gemini is the sign of 2. It's a duality sign. It's like the twins. So that could also represent maybe having multiple marriages in my instance. And when I first saw that, I was like, I don't want multiple marriages. So I've always been someone in the past with my romantic relationships, having an Aries in the 5th house. Aries is very head straight on, firework, passionate. I've always had very romantic relationships that were very passionate, and then they just kind of fizzled out. And that kind of, when I looked at my birth chart, it gave me the awareness of it's not how I want to approach my romantic relationships, especially if I don't want 2 marriages or 3 marriages, you know? Like a lot of times girls don't know what they want until they know what they don't want. A lot of times we women know more what we don't want as opposed to what we do want. And the birth chart, especially with the 7th house, it can really show you what you need in a romantic partner. I love the 7th house. I'm so excited to get married. No, I'm just kidding. I just feel like I'm like, yes, it's gonna be fun. Like it's gonna be fun. And this is actually the last episode of 2020. Oh my gosh. Next episode you will see will be in 2021. Oh my gosh, you guys, I hope you have a good, amazing new year where you are grounded and centered and just feeling good and just pulling all the positive energy into 2021 and leaving all the stuff that no longer serves us in 2020. And whether we like it or not, we've been forced to do that. Especially with the eclipses, we've been forced to let go of a lot of stuff that was not serving us. It was for our higher good, you guys. 2021 is going to be a little bit better than 2020. Believe it. Is it snowing? I need to get out of here, you guys. I can't do this anymore. I think that's all I wanted to say. I have some very exciting news for 2021 with this series. Like I told you in the beginning, this is a 10-part series for this season. Season 2 is going to be even more exciting. I cannot wait to show you guys what I have up my sleeve. Oh, it's going to be a good one. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.